So I thought it'd be a good time to discuss tornado damage claims and tornadoes in general, since just about a week ago, up in the northwest part of the Panhandle in Panama City Beach, there was a tornado that was pretty devastating that struck Florida. So that gave me an idea to do this video. So my name is Mike Keeler. I'm a licensed public adjuster in Florida. I'm your favorite and only YouTube public adjuster. So here's basically the tornado I was talking about. So on January 9th, it was in the Panhandle, Panama City Beach. So caused a lot of damage, quite surprisingly out of the blue. Let's take a look at the frequency when it comes to these tornadoes. So Florida's number one with the frequency of tornadoes, because we have one for every 10,000 square miles. Oklahoma's number two. The funny thing about tornadoes, they can happen individually by themselves or within storms here in Florida, within hurricanes, within tropical storms that we get. Usually we don't get the major Cat 4 or F4 F5s. Usually we get the lower ones and very narrow paths because of the Gulf of Mexico, which is somewhat of a protective barrier for us. So this outside of the path can become a major deal because a lot of times there can be some differences with the insurance company on whether or not your home came in direct contact within the path or outside of the path. We're going to talk about that a little bit more. The outside the path verbiage is important because oftentimes the insurance companies will try to argue that your home was outside of the path, because a lot of times weather reports are often inconsistent. Why? Because of the narrow path that these tornadoes take. I had an example of a client who was near Orlando Airport a couple years ago where there was a tornado that hit. Weather reports showed from the airport, Orlando Airport, very modest winds, like 30 or something miles per hour. But then I looked online and I found newspaper articles that literally showed the tornado in the background of the airport. It was classic. So we got the insurance company to kind of take a different view on that claim. But that's a perfect example of how this data sometimes can be inconsistent. So you always want to search the internet and newspapers for any type of photo stories about a tornado because it may not get statewide or national attention. Smaller towns often report and give more valuable information. You can find stuff on online forums on Facebook from the people you follow. Some of the smaller TV stations as well, radio stations, things of that nature. Newspapers, right? Small town newspapers sometimes will cover it as well. So, filing a claim. Let's talk about this. Don't forget, like this video, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos. So let's talk about this field visit by the claim adjuster. Most of the time they're going to be independent, hired by the insurance company. Years ago they used to have their own fleet of field adjusters, but they found out that it's cheaper just to pay people to work for them and basically be a contractor. So the independent guy is going to come. Is he doing the estimate right there in front of you? Is he taking measurements? And is he entering it into an iPad? It's very important. If not, you need to question that. Why aren't they doing it? Most of the reasons are because they're going to set it up for a denial if they're not doing these small things, which they should be doing on every claim. Okay. So is the insurance company bringing an engineer? Why? To look at your roof. Why? Well, they're going to tell you they need to evaluate the damages of your roof. Everybody believes the insurance company. No, liar, liar, like Jim Carrey, the movie. If they do this, they're simply going to deny your claim. The engineers for insurance companies are scumbags. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. They're known as claim denial specialists, not engineers. They look on purpose to screw you, the homeowner. They're evil. I'm telling you point blank. I have a lot of videos on these scumbag engineers that work for the insurance companies. So your local roofer could be of great help. You want them to document by video if possible, chalk the damaged tiles, shingles, okay? He should put on his estimate the following. I love when my roofers help the homeowner do this. Roofers, if you're out there paying attention, homeowners, write this down. Based on my, 15 years of roofing experience, I inspected the Smith's roof on, 12/25/23, and it's my professional opinion the roof needs to be replaced due to tornado damage from the storm on this. Now, word of caution, if you are not absolutely positively sure on the date where there was a good amount of wind damage, leave this out, okay? You don't want to put yourself into a corner. So what you would say is, based on my 15 years of roofing experience, I inspected the Smith's roof on 12/25/23, and it's my professional opinion the roof needs to be replaced due to wind damage, and leave it at that. Okay, leave it at that. Don't put in a specific date. I put in a specific date if you're 100% sure you and every other house on the block has damage from whatever wind event, tornado, or hurricane. Okay? Very important. Don't put yourself or pin yourself into a corner. Just some housekeeping tips, miscellaneous tips. You always want to hold all your communication with the adjusters and the insurance company by email only. Send photos, videos of the damage, self-explanatory. Send any online articles and weather data you find, and estimate from damages from contractors. If you're going to try and handle it yourself, I don't recommend anymore because of the change of the laws, but you're going to find that insurance companies, unless your entire roof has been torn off by a hurricane or tornado, will more than likely deny your claim nowadays. So let's review. Insurance companies do not want to pay for claims anymore. Look at one of my videos just a couple months ago where an executive told me point blank, any roof claim, if it's not by a Cat 5 hurricane, we're denying them. We're denying all roof claims. So, as I mentioned, this is what they're doing now. I mean, we're still dealing with, I still have personally, over 50 lawsuits from a Cat 5 hurricane where people still have not been paid. It's been a year and a half. So we're 8 months away from 2 years. And can you imagine people have still not been paid? And I'm just a single public adjuster, so I can only imagine if I have it, it's a cockroach theory. If I have it, other public adjusters around the state also have this same situation and issue of insurance companies not paying claims. And then they're going to cry and complain that the reason why your rates are going up is because of all the lawsuits. There's all these lawsuits because they don't pay claims. So thanks for watching this video. Again, I'm Mike Keeler, licensed public adjuster in Florida. If you have any questions, need help with a claim, here's my contact info. Thank you.